its fourth quarter earnings. And of course, this is a company that's delighted to see gold hitting record highs. Let's get more from Nolan Watson. He's the president and CEO of Sandstorm. Nolan, haven't talked to you in ages. Thanks very much for coming on the show.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Thank you.
Just remind us, your production profile, gold is big, and it's going to get even bigger by the end of the decade as a percent of your total revenues.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're a gold streaming and royalty company. Today's gold prices, we're cash flowing around $150 million US per year. In 2025, we expect about 65 to 80,000 ounces, depending on specifics of the mine. But we've made massive investments in a whole bunch of world-class mines that are being built as we speak. And so we expect, as you said, our production, we expect it to double over the next 5 years to over 150,000 streaming and royalty ounces. That would take our cash flow up to closer to, at today's commodity prices, closer to $300 million US per year.
And you have hundreds of royalties, literally.
We have literally hundreds of royalties. So we've got around 240 streams and royalties around the world. And when you have that many, there's always positive surprises happening in them. And we just announced this morning one of the most recent surprises out of absolutely nowhere. A royalty we valued at nothing came out of the woodworks, and it looks like they're building the mine in Argentina. And we're going to get a $30 million bonus payment and an $8 million a year for decades to come. And it's probably worth $100 million. So lots of positive surprises when you own that many royalties.
Which mine is that, Nolan, or which company is that?
That's a Guacamayo mine. So it was an old Yamana mine that was an open pit that they shut down years ago. And that mine has found its way into the hands of a multi-billion-dollar company that is going to build a big underground mine on it. And they put forward their RIGI applications in Argentina and are going to go build it.
So right now, I believe, or you're going to be about 72% of your revenue will be from precious metals this year. You've got a good bit of copper, about 20%, but by the end of the decade, you'll be 90% precious metals.
Yeah, exactly. Figuring out the number of gold equivalent ounces we're going to produce in this year is a little bit obscure because it depends on what commodity prices are and how much the copper revenue turns into gold ounces. But when we look forward to 2030, all of the big investments that we have made are gold streams or royalties on gold mines. And so we'll be close to 80% gold revenue by 2030, and about 90% of our revenue will be precious metals by then.
I was just looking at your stock over 5 years. Now, you have lagged Franco-Nevada and Wheaton Precious Metals, the giants of the industry. For a while, there was a knock against you because you actually operated that mine, or you had an equity stake in a mine in Turkey. Can you remind us how that worked out in the end?
Yeah, so I think you're referring to the Hod Maden mine. Yeah. So about 2.5 years ago, we did a number of things that radically transformed the company. We sold that 30% interest in Hod Maden to another company, and we took back a large gold stream. So what Sandstorm owns today is just a gold stream on the gold at the Hod Maden mine, which is going into construction now here in 2025. And what we also did in 2025 is we made $1 billion worth of acquisitions of new streams and royalties on big mines that are being built as we speak. We took on a lot of debt to do it. So at the peak 2 years ago, we had $640 million US worth of debt. And that was sort of a reason not to own Sandstorm for a while. I think that's the reason why our share price lagged a little bit. But over the last 2 years, we've aggressively paid that down. Our debt is now down to $340 million as I sit here and talk to you, with cash flow of $150 million growing to $300 million. So our balance sheet is now super strong and strengthening by the minute. And because of that share price underperformance and weakness, we've actually now got approval from our board. We're going into the market and massively buying back shares. So we just started a share buyback program, and we're in blackout today because we just reported earnings. But tomorrow, we're not in blackout. We're going to be stepping into the market and buying the maximum legal number of shares that we're allowed to per day.
Roughly, how much of the stock would you see yourself buying over the next year? What percent of the float? Can you give us a ballpark?
Yeah, so it's tough to predict over a year because if I think our share price is going to perform so well over the next year, that the share price is going to run up and then we'll stop buying back our own shares. Right. So I don't like predicting a number. But tomorrow, for example, when we're not in blackout, the maximum number of shares that we're allowed to buy is 1.5 million shares per day. We trade right now at $8 and something cents. So that's about $12 million worth of shares, and we're going to buy it all tomorrow.
Now, just remind us, you have a deal with Oyu Tolgoi, the giant Mongolian mine. I think it might be the world's fourth biggest copper mine. So tell us, how important is that to you financially?
Yeah, so it's one of the world's best copper mines, and we did a deal a number of years ago with a company called Entrée Resources, which owns a 20% joint venture with Rio Tinto on what they call the Hugo North Extension and Heruga. And Rio Tinto just started developing on that ground this year. They're going to be producing commercially on that ground by around 2030. And we think that there's about 80 years of mine life on that ground. And, we'll get tens of millions of dollars of cash flow per year from that. So it's going to be a huge contributor. I mean, we're going to get hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars out of that stream.
And remind us about the Greenstone gold mine in Ontario. How big will that be for you?
Yeah, so Equinox has just finished building their Greenstone mine, and it's ramping up right now. We've got a stream that once they're fully ramped up, we'll get about 10,000 gold ounces per year. So today's commodity prices will make $20-25 million a year US of cash flow from that for a very long period of time. Mine with a lot of exploration upside, underground potential, so it'll go for a very long period of time. If you think of Sandstorm from a high level perspective, we've got Greenstone ramping up. Mm-hmm. Our next big stream coming online is Ivanhoe is building their Platreef mine, which is a huge mine in South Africa. We've got a big stream on that's going to be very material to Sandstorm. Barrick's building their Robertson mine. SSR is going to be building their Hod Maden mine. Guacamayo is going to be built. Glencore is going to build their Mara mine, which I think actually our Mara mine is going to become our most significant stream and most valuable stream in our entire company. And then you got Oyu Tolgoi. So we've got streams on a list of the who's who of best assets in the world that are under construction right now.
How did you end up with such a big exposure to copper currently?
Yeah, so we're a gold company. I sit on the board of the World Gold Council, and I'm very, very bullish on gold for a whole bunch of reasons and reasons that we don't have time to go into right now. I sit on their Gold 247 committee. I love gold, and gold is 80% of our long-term revenue. But secretly, if I have a second favorite metal, it's copper. And I really do believe that there is a massive shortfall in copper that's going to be coming about 3 years from now. And we've secretly, over the last number of years, been trying to buy as much copper as we can without being too exposed to copper.
And I'd forgotten about the Mara mine in Argentina, Glencore developing that one. And I was getting it mixed up with the North Mara mine in Tanzania, Barrick's property, but it's a separate...
Yeah, no, very, very different mines.
Very different.
In fact, Gary Nagle, the CEO of Glencore, they had their earnings call this morning, and he said on that earnings call that they expect within 6 months they'll have their RIGI applications in Argentina in for that mine. And so we're really excited to see that go forward.
Nolan, thanks very much. Nolan Watson joined us there.